Hi, it's Mike back once again with tip number 48 from our top 100 tips, tools, and life lessons from the Insight One Awakening Heart Seminar. This tip is going to be the first of several in a series that we reference as victim and accountable, to really help us look at some areas in our life that life seems to happen to us. And it's hard for us to see how we had any accountability or responsibility, or how we actually maybe in some way kind of set up or created those situations. It's not intended to bring in blame in situations where we feel like we've been hurt or victimized, but it's meant to bring in a greater sense of awareness, and maybe with that awareness, some greater tools and abilities so that we can be more effective moving forward. We start this section with a very provocative question, which is, what if we create, promote, or allow everything that happens in our life? It's a very provocative and a very big question. We don't say that it is absolutely so, but we invite the people in the seminar to kind of look at and begin to explore into some of the areas where maybe they've had things happen in the past, or have things that continue to happen to them, that it feels like somehow they're being victimized, or things are happening to them in a way that they don't feel like they have any control over. The first couple examples when we look at create and promote are fairly obvious to many of us. We can kind of see that if I go up and smack somebody in the face and then they smack me back, that I created that. The promote, or sometimes we use the word provoke area, is a little more subtle, but a little around the edges, where maybe we make a comment or we do something, or intentionally avoid something, not pay attention. And so it still has to do with some level of action, and maybe not that difficult to see how if we did something, even if it wasn't directly, that we promoted or provoked something that happened that maybe then came back and had an impact on us. The area that we spend more time exploring, and then in the next couple of tips we'll look at more deeply, is that area of allow. It's the more subtle areas. It's the area where, if we connect back into the heart chart and some of the other things we've spoken about, that more intuitive space, some of the things that maybe we weren't really paying attention to or noticing, when we reflect back on those situations, we begin to notice some things we didn't notice before. The whole intent in terms of that question of what if we create, promote, and allow everything that happens in our life is to expand our awareness, to look more deeply and notice at another level, what was I not noticing before? What was I not paying attention to? And also recognizing that when I put something out with a certain energy, it's not uncommon that maybe something is going to come back at me. So I'm going to hold at that, just hold with that question, play with that question a little bit. What if I, or what if you, create, promote, and allow everything that happens in your life? Don't use it to beat yourself up, but use it to explore and notice, if that were the case, what might be the cause of some of the things that you're not recognizing. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us. Check out what's happening at Insight Boston at insightboston.org, what's happening globally at insightseminars.org, and certainly check out what's happening in your local Insight community. Have a great day.